Righty ho. Now, that beach there has got a faint, lethal undertow. You are totally banned from dipping your toe into it. There's something just as lethal in here. So 10 days ago, we had the worst ever case of people pleasing. Faking, charming, performative interest in an environmental matter. Now I don't know for sure, but I'm pretty sure that this, you won't be able to see here, but a lot of the froth is really quite dirty coloured. And anyway, the day after, number one people pleaser. I mean, it is a work of art, this particular lady. There's a sting in the tail, so I'm not going to identify in any way. Anyway, the day or two later, I met the only straight-talking woman I've ever met. Very intelligent. Bizarrely, she hasn't answered a follow-up, but she even said to me, "Surfers against sewerage, what a load of wankers, they don't do anything." And her father was an official proper environmentalist, and she lives off the money of the visitors to places like this. She lives off pictures, very expensive pictures of seascapes. How wonderful to hear one person, at least, tell some truth. And she even said, I mean, I don't understand. I've got blue ticks to the WhatsApp message. She even said she'd heard of designated river bathing areas. And yet, there is no follow-through. Now, it's almost like an absurdist work of performance art. I think deep down she's brutal and heartless enough not to care. If she saw this, I hope she doesn't, because yesterday after early evening I sent her a message saying, "Oh, for fuck's sake, let's have a date, walking or whatever," because there is no point. That means everybody is free. Everybody. I mean, and these two ladies are among 3 dozen in the last year, joshed with, who said they care about the environment. There being a great female politician initiated designated river bathing area on the Wye that we're in a 90-minute conversation with her, recorded, and I tell everybody this, and I even told the politician concerned. I said at the end of it, well, if you don't do this, I'm going to fucking well give this recording to the press or whatever, or come an election, I'll have you. No, I mean, people just don't take things seriously enough. But that's not unpleasant. If somebody taking public payment in a public office is telling me something, but the point is I believe that lady politician, and I do still, and thus I rolled it out to 20 others starting a year ago. 20 other people who said they cared about the rivers in the whole of the marches. 2 on the Arrow, 2 on the Wye, 1 on the Tame, 1 on the Lug. Mr. Lug, we're not going to talk to him anymore. And for me, it's just because there's no point. It's like Europe is something they see on the internet. Oh, no, I'm not sure about the Europe. Oh, for God's sake. Anyway, I'm not going to go off on that tangent. But when these two women, because in environmentalism you really need 2/3 women. If you've got a group, i.e. I was trying to form groups, not me forming them, go to hamlets or small towns along the 4 rivers mentioned, where they say their rivers are in a mess, and they know, it's a fact, everybody knows, it's in the newspapers. go and seed the information from the lady politician of Hereford into 5 or 6 little latent groups. They can have their own group, or I said I will, with a young mentor who's still my friend, we will make sure that we disseminate the instruction book that's already been created for the first designated river bathing area. No problem, I don't want to have anything to do with these people, except I spent probably an hour on, well, at least half an hour on 20 different people. Some I sought out, some I knew where they would be gathering, farmers market kind of places. The people who I'd seen over the years taking it more seriously, the environment, every single one. But like I said, it's like if you have 2/3 women, it works better. It has more genuine. I mean, a newspaper are more likely to give you coverage if a group of 5 is 3 women and 2 men. A newspaper will sort of elevate you a little bit if they've got good self-esteem rhetoric. Unlike Caroline Lucas, who should have, in all her radio interviews or television interviews as of 10 years ago, got a fucking cigar out, or a pipe even better, put her feet up on the desk and say, "Oh," I've done this speech many times to people, and most people get this. "Oh, we've been waiting for you for 30 years to catch up with us." Anyway, to the point, because I don't want to make this long. Everybody's free. I've been doing this off and on for 15 years, but quite intensely the last 3 years. Yeah, 3 years. Due to two terrible wildlife crimes that are fully catalogued, recorded, trying to get mainly, not just female, no, 2/3 female support, good burgers in areas that I've lived in for years. I do not have a bad reputation as an ex-murderer, or even all sorts of other things. The people pleasing, every single one, about 30 over 3 years. Yeah. Oh, this is important. Oh, yes, it's terrible. Okay, so what do you think about this idea for this policy to try and get that crime, the justice rebalanced for 50 badgers which were buried alive? Oh yeah, and then you never hear from them again. Which means everybody's free. Why did I turn this on? Oh yeah, because in the last week I've also met something I've never met before. An Englishwoman who I totally trust, who was completely honest with me. Bizarrely, well no, it's not bizarrely, despite being a naturopath in various ways, but a balanced one, works for the NHS and says that they've gone totally and utterly Nazi in the monetisation of every single angle in respect of this lady's been around before, of prescriptions. I trust her. Wonder if I'll ever hear from her again. Over and out.